The Invisible Man on February 27th, 2020. That was the last time I was in the theater. A year to the day, and I am back seeing another great horror film, probably one of the best of the year. The Vigil is the story of Yaakov Ronin, who has recently left the Hasidic Jewish community due to reasons you will find out throughout the film. He is trying to acclimate to civilian life, and he's having a hard time. He's not doing well in the money situation. So when someone from his former community approaches him and says, we need a shomer for the evening, someone who watches over the deceased in the deceased's home until the body is picked up in the morning, being that he's done it before, he obliges because, well, he needs the money. He soon finds out there is something else going on in this house. Something may have been attached to the deceased for their entire life and is now looking for a new host. I saw the character of Ronan played phenomenally by Dave Davis. Just award-worthy performance, in my opinion. Really reminded me a lot of Father Damien Karras from The Exorcist. Not identical, but similar in the crisis of faith, tragedy in life, just struggling in what they believe and where they want to be and their purpose. Another excellent performance in this is from Lynn Cohen, who plays the newly widowed Mrs. Litvak. Just a bold and commanding presence in this tiny elderly woman's body. She really is something else whenever she's monologuing or any dialogues between her and Dave Davis, just glued to the screen. The house in this film is a presence all its own. There's nowhere to go. It's Borough Park. It's Brooklyn. You know, it's New York. Like, you have to almost see it to believe it. You walk in and everything's right in front of you. Living room's to the left, dining room's behind it, kitchen's to the right of that. Everything is with eye shot. You can see up the stairs. You can see into every room. It's just the way it is. That is the most terrifying thing about this, is that there's nowhere to go, and the presence, the evil in this house, feels twice as big as the home itself. Let's talk about the scares in this film. I loved 98% of them. Exactly what I hoped for, exactly what I was expecting. Legit scares. But there's a small percentage that were bullshit, and they weren't even entirely the attempted scares themselves. It was bullshit jump scare noises that went along with them, and you didn't need them because they weren't bullshit jump scares. They were unnecessary, loud, musical cues, and it just, it's aggravating, especially when a movie is 100% succeeding at what it's trying to do, and it doesn't need to rely on stupid tricks like that. I think The Vigil succeeds in a lot of different ways. Acting, writing, directing. It's a fucking scare-a-thon. I heard this was a slow burn horror going in. I did not think this was slow burn, but it pulls from a lot of different films. I felt Insidious in there, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Exorcist, Autopsy of Jane Doe, The Conjuring, all excellent films. It does that while showing us something, showing us somewhat familiar tropes from a standpoint we're not used to seeing, from a place that we're not familiar with, the Hasidic Jewish community. I was very impressed by that, and I was very intrigued, and I hope we see more of it.